First things first, let's start with the run game. Both these guys are really good runners. I think they're starters 1 and 1A in my book. Like Pierce was having an extremely good year until he got hurt. They've been hit by the injury bug like crazy the last couple of years. Look at the backside B here. So Titus Howard is like 340, 50 pounds. I mean, he's a monster and can run. First round draft pick from Alabama State. Backside, they do a good job of securing with the tight end here, but they just wash this B down 9 nights. That linebacker overflows. We got a great cutback runner in Pierce. Easy 15. I really think so. This is the wham play. They run this a couple times for big. They had 2 plays for really big yardage in this game, and they're just running first. This is the later one actually. They're going to get a good double by the guard and the left tackle up to the linebacker. This is in the fourth quarter. We got a kind of a wham block by the tight end, but you just watch the jump cuts in the hole and the way you can get lateral and then vertical again at the running back position. Really, really unique player, Joe Mixon, of course, with the Bengals for years, but I mean, looks very similar to Josh Jacobs. And yeah, I just don't think that Pierce. There's 2 things I want to say. He's not a number 2 running back. He's a number 1 running back. They just happen to have 2 of them. And the one thing the Packers can't do is like if you're a film junkie, these guys are tipping stances. You cannot tip of these guys. Their tackles are too good. Their tight ends have been around the block long enough. They're well coached. They're good communicators. Shaq Mason is a pros pro and a leader on that line. And so he gets these maybe the younger interior guys kind of making sure they're on the same page. It's hard to run stunts on these guys that they don't pick up. And you just have the running back style and talent that can get through holes fast. So when you think about 192 yards on 2 big plays, really, you think about it. I think Joe Mixon, I'll show him later, had a monster run early in the game, and then Pierce ended the fourth quarter like that. Again, we just talked about an embarrassment. Rich is the same play here when they're running the wham on the nose tackle. Great job by LT, bearing that defensive end to create that hole, get up to the second level. Kenyon Green to the linebacker, and then you see Mixon enjoying one of the longest runs of his career, probably. All right, so now they go bunch motion, and they go motion here, and the safety stays on the end of the line. You can't make this easy because now we know we're in man coverage. CJ Stroud loves throwing in the middle of the field. So we got man coverage. You got really a 4-by-1 set out of empty here when they take this guy in motion. You have a 1 down beneath. And listen, if it's Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, Nico's hurt, Robert Woods is hurt, they still have guys that are going to win consistently on 1-on-1. So if your safety gives space, he's hitting that every single time. He's going to be 19 out of 19 on that route. Intricate detail here. So they bring back, this is interesting. So they bring the running back to the backfield. And what does that do on the top of the screen? It makes the corner come up and play tough. Safeties rotate kind of probably earlier than they want to. Now we got the bunch look down below. They go motion here, and all that motion is doing is resetting that back. So we get a free release from Tank Dell so he can get across the middle. Just a little thing, but now he doesn't have to stop his route. Gets full run. CJ Stroud hits him just outside the hash. One sec, guys. Almost had a power outage there. No Nico. We have to adjust. Why do I say that? So they're bracketing coverage on 14 down here. 14 is not one of their top 4 receivers. Okay. And instead they leave single covered up top. Tank, Stephon. I mean, we got some real issues here. And this is how the Patriots play ball. This was a surprising play. So I think this Stephon Diggs up top on the out route. Just see how, this is an effortless throw by this quarterback. His footwork's always underneath him. Great technique. Great, he's kind of like, throws a little bit like Andrew Luck in the sense that Derek Carr. It doesn't look like they're throwing it that hard, but man, he can make every throw in the book. So this sometimes you just watch film because it's fun. This Patriots DB just gets put in the spin cycle here. So we got a whoop and then a whoop, then a whoop, and then a whoop. It's like if you give these guys time, just like the Packers wide receivers, and this is why it's such a similar, this the from a skill position standpoint, you're looking at a lot of similarities, I think, on both sides of the football here, from the quarterback down. And man, they can just get wide. We got some wide open throws here. You have to get pressure, so they show kind of a quarters look here, and they're going to go under center play action, and it freezes 15. There's safety on the Patriots, and so we're going to run the clear. Now he's got to get back turned. Can't see this guy coming in, and it's just, I mean, he's really got two guys wide open here. Ends up hitting the deep dig, and again, he loves talking about CJ Stroud loves throwing to the middle of the field. Now, the one thing the Packers want to get home, free runners coming on his backside. He does not see as well, obviously, to his backside as his front, and they don't always secure the backside with communicating correctly between, let's say, the guard and the running back. Is the situation here? There is nobody for them to go to on the other side, just based on kind of man numbers, and they don't make the right call here. So these are the opportunities, whether it's a miscommunication between the center and the running back, the quarterback, or whoever it is. Like the Packers, if you have a free runner, you have to get home because he has good pocket presence. But sometimes we get the free ones here, and then he does hold the football and extend plays. So this is a good pocket. This is a longer developing play design. Guys are not open immediately. And he is not the kind of player who wants to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's not there, I'm going to let it go. He wants to extend plays. He wants to make things happen. He has great pocket presence and footwork in the pocket. He's done a masterful job, I think, at extending plays. But if there's a gripe from an offensive lineman, sometimes when you extend plays, you're not where you're supposed to be, and blocking gets difficult. So I think a right guard gets beat here. Shaq Mason, he gets beat late. That ball could have been gone, but it's not, and they give up some sacks because of that. And sometimes with young quarterbacks or anybody, they'll give up a sack like this one where it takes you out of field goal range. So just be relentless. Just be absolutely relentless on offense, trying to get to the quarterback, because he's the kind of player that you can get some opportunities.